Welcome to my live stream here on Twitch and lichess.org. Intro National Master. Ponda is in Europe, holding down the fort over there. So we have the macro Ponda to take his place. For your information, you guys might remember, hey, I'm not the normal Panda. I'm just a substitute, but I'm cool too. So Ponda, you stay over there in the Ponda corner. What's up, everybody? We're streaming from the US of A. Jim, yes, back to the USA. Micro Panda's in Hungary. No, Micro Panda, this is Macro Panda. He's larger. Micro versus Macro. Macro Panda. Macro fish. Macro Panda. But, it's just good to be back, guys. And hopefully my shitty American internet will see me through.
Yes.
We got the yes button. No buttons in place. What's up, everybody? Good to see you, Jim. Who else is here? Asterbait, someone on sound. Move 11. Asterbait donated 100 bits already. Clearly dominating. Volume a little low. Volume a little low. What does that mean? Is that our settings again? Should I go back and check? Microsoft settings. Jim, thank you. Alright, let's check settings. Although it could be that just I need to put the microphone a little closer. Let me check. So system sound. Let's see. Test your microphone. Device properties. Getting good at this. Levels. 88. There it is. Thank you, Microsoft. Microsoft set my volume level back to 88. There we go. Fuchsia is here. The mistress of the C3 Sicilian. Volume okay now? I just changed it back to 100. It just randomly sets itself back to 88. Like, I don't know why that happens. So, what's up, everybody? We are in Massachusetts, United States of America. Good to see you guys. Fuchsia, someone on sound, Asterbait, Move 11. Who else is here? That's it, to name a few. Guys, I'm doing my Friday stream, so we're just taking blitz challenges. Let's get some blitz challenges. 5+3. Casual challenges. Will I ever forgive you? How can I not? How can I not? Welcome, guys. Any Belgians in the house? I'm drinking Belgian beer. Whenever I go to America, I drink Belgian beer, and when I'm in Hungary, I drink like Czech, Slovakian beer. So that's the way it works. Sometimes I drink American beer too. You're about to go to bed. Oh my God. It's too early. It's just 5:39 here. We've got good coffee. Let's get some challenges. I'm a little concerned about my, like, Firefox. Firefox is not what I want to use, but my sort of, my wonderful streaming app, Streamlabs, didn't want to recognize Google Chrome for some reason, and I'm not used to using Google Chrome with a stream. So I'm using Firefox after all, but let's get some challenges to see if it actually works. Am I going to see the challenges or not? Let's refresh. Yeah, I had to refresh. There it is. Someone on sound. Bang! First game from the United States side of the stream. I can't use any of the features like moving the size of the board. I miss the lawnmower sounds. Stuk, good to see you're back on the right times. It depends on where you're at, I guess. Your perspective on that. What does someone on sound play? Oh, the accelerated Dragon. The Dragon. What would someone on sound do if you played the Smith-Morra Gambit against him? That would be an interesting question. Okay, so Stuck, you're a late night person. I take it. The Dragon of Hyper Acceleration. So, maybe we should make him play the Marazzi. I'm not going to go into Queen takes d4. I'm in a kind of chill mood. Bishop c4, says Move 11. Exclamation point. Yeah, but you can't play the Mora Gambit against someone on sound. Oh, I wanted to play the Marazzi. I almost forgot. I got you, Astrobate, on that message. But the website kind of scared me. Version 68. Little coffee action. I played some warm-up games. Oh, okay. So someone on sound, did he tell me he plays the Gurgenidze variation? That's this. I have a lot of secret information on someone on sound. So I've been busy trying to navigate my estate situation here. I found out that in order to claim, to claim someone's life insurance policy, if they died outside the United States, it takes like 5 to 8 weeks for the insurance company to investigate someone's death. That's very interesting. All right, that's good, because basically I'm broke now. Castles. I was very testy with the TSA agents at the airport. I've been very testy with everybody. Don't handle stress well. Okay, someone on sound. What am I supposed to do now? What have I done? Bishop e3. I screwed up the move order. I guess I have to play something weird to confuse someone on sound. I remember my friend Tibor Fogarashi, Grandmaster, and chess author of many articles, theoretical articles, playing Queen e3. I think Queen b6 was the move that I actually played with black here. Be careful those TSA guys. Oh, they have an attitude, man. Yeah, I was carefully like argumentative with them. Yeah, I mean, no, they show it, and I felt that, you know, they were very like arrogant. It was the most like horrible, disorganized queue of people I've ever seen, like queuing to go through passport control at Logan Airport, and I just like, you know, spoke up about it. They had a serious attitude, but it's seriously embarrassing. Like, you go to Germany, and like the passport control is totally efficient and totally professional, and oh, the greatest country in the world has like this out of control, childish, completely disorganized approach to. It's just unbelievable. Bishop e5, can you do that? Yeah, like, I don't want to get patted down and stuff, you know, but that wasn't my problem. They were just nasty. Diana Ross had an issue in Miami this week, but my issue was just with their like arrogant attitude. It doesn't matter if you're, you know, if you're a U.S. citizen or a foreigner. They treat you the same bad way. At least there's no discrimination in that respect. All right, so someone on sound here. He's getting active. Yeah, I don't blame you, Fuchsia. One experience with the passport control and the TSA, and I mean, it's all individuals and stuff, but man, they have an attitude. All right. F5. Trying to send someone on sound back. Someone on sound travels a lot. He's probably very diplomatic, though. But it's like after like a long flight, it's hard to be patient and diplomatic with people. All right. What are we doing here? The TSA, 22, 25 US dollars an hour. But I'm sure, like, let's say, like, the manager guys make more than the low-level staff. It depends on what they do. The manager guy was like, man, he thought he had some power. I was pissed, but I just kept my mouth shut. I mean, like, kindergarten could have organized, like, the queue at the airport better than these people. It was, like, completely random. Knight d4. So I sense counterplay from my esteemed opponent here. Right, that's true. That's true, that's pretty rough, Astrobate. That they didn't get paid when the government shutdown took place. That's right. Wow, e5. Whoa. What is going on around here? The moves just keep coming. Man, I'm freaking out. Like, he's gonna have some sort of crazy tactic with 92. 92 check. I'm in a little bit of autopilot. I've got to be careful. I'm talking about TSA, and I should be concentrating on chess. Guys, welcome to my stream, International Master William Pascal. Lichess. Oh, you guys didn't catch me. I didn't have the lichess in the title, so I got no viewers. Alright. That's why we have no viewers, just the good friends of the stream. Forgot to add lichess.org to the title. So bishop c6, just as I expected. Bang. But f6. Landing the knockout blow. Somewhat scary. You have to put lichess.org into the stream title in order for lichess to promote it. It doesn't mean they're going to especially promote it like in a blurb or whatever. But I guess if you're special enough, they will notify on the main page. I'm not a good diplomat. Too impatient. So, what's my stream title? Blitz Rapid. I should refresh my Twitch page so I can see the proper title I changed it to. Right, now Black resigned. Yeah, that doesn't look good. I underestimated how strong my position was there. I'm an idiot. I've heard that once before today. I tried to change my stream title, but it's not like recognizing it. Well, that's weird. Can you guys see the new stream title that it says lichess? Lichess and TSA it wasn't too bad, but I almost got into 2 arguments with the TSA managers. Not like the general streamers. I go right to like the most powerful guys and try to piss them off. But I know just how far I can go without like getting put in jail or something. It's good I wasn't drunk or something. Okay, someone on sound, yeah. 97, not healthy. So that was a quick one. Big Money Dimitrilas. Oh, Big Money challenged me to raid it. I'm gonna abort this. Abort game. Alright, let's get casual challenge from Big Money. And I'll take Dimitrilas. Big Money was like auto challenge mode. Fuchsia said lichess.org was there for a while. I hope it's still there. Looks good now. My first stream back, guys. I'm going to do a simul on Sunday. It's weird. I cannot use Firefox properly. Oh, yeah. Well, no, the guy, like, the second guy, like, he was clearly going to kick my butt if I kept it up. He was like, You just stay there. Serious attitude. Alright. D5. The Caro Khan. Don't be a troll. Don't be a TSA troll. Don't troll the TSA. Okay, they have a hard job. I'm not like, you know, pretending it's easy or fun. What I don't like is when people have an attitude from the get-go. Actually, this line, I think it's called like the Boleslavsky variation. I've played this myself, Dimitrilas. This is an interesting gambit line. A lot of fun, actually. Queen takes d4. I lost a game to a 2100 like 5 years ago. I remember in the Hungarian Team Championship. I played a really good game and then I blundered in the critical moment and lost. With an excellent position. Funny that I never had to face it with black. Well, no, Triumphant, it's not really harder, I guess. Maybe there's more responsibility than working at McDonald's. Let's just play this. I think this is played. It's considered non-critical. I'm probably supposed to take the pawn, but even having played this with white, I mean, I know that it just gives white an initiative if you take the pawn. So I don't remember the theory. I'm going to be lazy here. Mildly concerned about knight d7, bishop f4. So we have that problem. Queen c7. Queen c7, knight e5 is an issue, I would think. All right. Knight f6 is not great, but I think I can play that if you want to play like some sort of slightly worse position for black. This is okay. We played bishop g5. Oh no. What's that about? Queen a5 check, perhaps? No. Knight d7. Knight f6, knight f6. Knight d7 doesn't exactly break the pin. And that's kind of an issue. I guess I have to play bishop here. Wow. This is just slightly better for white. Guys, thanks for joining me. I hope this stream time will work. For now. Sunday, I'm going to do the same time. 5:30. So I have to take with, well, actually, no. I didn't expect him to take with the bishop. I guess I expected him to take with the knight. Knight takes, bishop takes. I was expecting knight takes, bishop takes, g takes, bishop f5, queen a5 check, and take on f5. This way I can actually take with a g pawn. It's a little like a weird French in that respect, like a Rubinstein French. I think it's more accurate for him to have taken the other way with the knight. Too late for you, Fuchsia. Too late. It all depends if you're a working person or not. All my stream times usually work for you. Well, Sundays I'm gonna be doing the same time. It looks like I really need my. Well, Sundays don't matter as much. I could have more flexibilities probably on the weekend. I need the weekdays to do like business stuff. All right. This actually worked out okay for black. I don't see white really having any threats here. Famous last words. But white gave up that dark square bishop that could have like mined this diagonal. I think that that was probably his best line, like knight f6, gf, bishop f5, queen a5 check, you know, c3, queen f5 castles or something, with a slight advantage to white. Something simple. This looks like a pretty good Caro-Kann for black, actually. Should I just play queen c7? Does white have a threat here? Is there something nasty like knight f6 or knight h4? Can weed out knight h4. It was tempting to do queen a5, but I think that just forces white to make a useful move. Whereas queen c7, we've got castle's queenside. Exactly, it looks like Bronstein-Larsen. But you know, playing e5 even in the Bronstein-Larsen is like positionally risque, because you always like lose the white squares completely. And I have a really, really bad cramp in my neck, and I just moved my head and I just jerked this very sore muscle. Okay, queen c7, probably best. Castle queenside. Not looking safe to castle kingside. But I never really... I always wanted to play the Bronstein-Larsen, but it never liked me. It's like that. We have American commercials for... what was it? Alka-Seltzer or something. When you like some food, but it doesn't like you. It's the same with openings. Certain openings don't like me. The Benoni doesn't like me. The Caro-Kann doesn't like me. Nothing like a long haul flight from Budapest to break your neck. I actually had it before I left, and I still haven't shook it. I've had it since like Tuesday. I don't know how long it. Super early e5. Very dangerous structurally to create the weak white squares in this whole kind of structure. h3 looks like a good move. King b1, like Uber's safe. Speaking of Uber. Uber driver probably doesn't... Oh, and that's another thing. Speaking of Uber drivers, there was a recent... I guess they're like on strike or complaining or something. Any tricks with undefended b7? Yeah, nothing that I could see. But h3 is a good solid move for white. Yep. That looks like a very good solid sort of move. Well, there's tricks if you do like bishop e4, f5, bishop takes f5, like winning a pawn. The thing is, I thought about like rook e8, but I don't really like the future of my rook there. Fuchsia's idea of playing e5, you know, you can see how useful that is. Some scenarios. Now bishop e4, queen e4. Bishop e4, queen e4, f5, knight f5. So I should just play f5, you know, first. Do I have anything here? The pawn cube. Cube it up. Pawn cube in effect. Actually, it's a pawn diamond. It's not a pawn cube. Sorry. I get excited about pawn structures. Now e5 is a little more reasonable. I mean, this will still be a target here. So defensively oriented. Alright. I have increment, right? Where's the time control? Oh, that's messed up. Like, I can't see the time control of the game. Oh, there it is. 5 plus 3. Alright. So, yeah. The Tal Diamond. Now rook e8. Subtle. Subtle rook move, and no one would ever guess what my plan is after that. Maybe I should play c5 with my king on b8 and just forgo this whole thing. Pawn diamonds are extremely strong. The hardest pawn structure known to man. With bishop c4, he's trying to actually stop me. I didn't really want to do it, honestly. I regret even putting my rook on e8. I mean, eventually maybe that pawn structure will come in, but I could have done other stuff like rook h4, maybe tried for the doubling on the h file in g5, g4, for example. Nice of my opponent to take on g6. Well, he didn't have any choice because he was losing a piece if he didn't. That was the point. Yeah, I don't think he really wanted to. He almost lost a piece with bishop takes e4 and f5. Luckily, he had queen takes, though. So now we get in c5 instead of e5, which I think isn't the most exciting thing in the world either, but this way I keep my pawn diamond. The pawn diamond remains, like, you know, rock solid. My king is safe, my pawn diamond is safe. Opposite color bishops, uh-oh. Is there a threat? No threat. Alright, no threat. Wow, that pawn diamond is ready to go. It's ready to go. Almost ready to go. He didn't like knight e4. Interesting. What do I do now? Kind of hard for black to improve here. Play like Magnus. Magnus crushing in rapid chess today. The pawn diamond is coming for you, my friend. Be patient. I kind of regret playing bishop g5. I could have just left the bishop on f6, perhaps. Low maintenance pawn structure. That's correct. Damn. Oh, mommy. I just dropped a pawn. That wasn't good. Not good. I almost have compensation for my dropped pawn. He's helping me a little bit on the queen side with that move. Whoa. '93. This might be a mistake. Panic mode. Now entering panic mode. That might have been a mistake too. How am I gonna win? Does he run out of moves here? Oh no. Oh my god. Seriously? I'm gonna lose? It's like the game I had with someone on sound that time. I lose. Wow. Just like my someone on sound game. Nice. Nice start. Wow, dude. That's terrible. I let you trick me. Or is that really a win? I'm crazy. I have to take on G3. Like a complete idiot. Okay. So, it just doesn't work. I thought, oh, I've got F3. So I just take on G3. I'm just winning. Yeah. No, F3 is not a good move. Whoops. Alright. Man, nice job. I just have to take. So he's lost after that. But there was no reason for him to... Was there a reason for him to lose, actually? I guess... Wow. This is really strange. King F2. King A6. And now he has G3 or G4. Wow, that's super complicated. Holy cow. Wow. I have to be careful not to lose here. You have to like get the opposition or something. Very complicated. Alright, it's all for fun. Good job, Dimitri. I collapsed. Blubby, thanks for subscribing. 2 months. I thought you were like losing and I messed it up. Alright, whatever. Oh, man. I can blame it on my neck pain. No, it's been better. Pain in the neck. What's up, everybody? Streaming from the United States. Watch me lose drawn king and pawn in game. Actually, I thought I was just winning. As sadly not. Nimzo. This is a transposition to a line that I don't really play. C5 is symmetrical English. I had a game the other day in my Sima last week with Dragon, who is regular in the Simals now. What I didn't really like the variation I got there. I can't counter the fianchetto here. So G3 bishop E4 check. It's funny that no one plays knight C3 against me ever. They always play bishop D2. But this is a nice kind of move order trick for white. You can force me to play a variation that I don't normally play. It looks like. I mean, D5 is probably black's best move, but it's a position that I don't play. A kind of Catalan after D5, knight F3. I don't play the black side of this sort of Catalan at all. Yeah, so I'm basically reduced to playing something like my game with Dragon, where I have to play a D6 based Bogo. Well, Nimzo, Bogo, I don't know what you call this. I'm just like getting like insane amounts of robocalls. It's just crazy. I'm just gonna turn my phone off. The robocalls are just out of control in the United States. Much worse than Europe. But I don't think this is what Dragon played. He played a different setup. I guess Dragon just played like knight F3 quickly without E4. I meant to turn my phone off. Now it's like restarting. D6 is a little passive. I wouldn't call it very passive. It's a solid positional way to play. Nimzovichian. Bit leader. Jim's donated 350 today. Man, I tried to turn my phone off. Now I've turned it off again. What the heck? I tried to turn you off. What are you doing? Power off. Why is it so difficult? Wouldn't turn off, man. It's like possessed or something. Knight E2. Okay. Logical move. Now it really turned off? Okay. 92, I like that big money. It's doing it again? No. It's just charging. Okay. Behave yourself, phone. Just don't. Just don't. So, I don't know what I'm playing here. It's a sort of hybrid. Bogo Indian, Nimzo with the fianchetto. It's really weird. How about like rook e8, then d5? I've never had this position in my life. Mule Skinner, wow. Mule Skinner crossed game 200 recently. I'm going to need to retool my bishop, it looks like, to a new and brighter future. Coming to a theater near you. Dimitri took me out. Very suspicious king and pawn endgame. No excuse for that. Where is Yabatis? He would like this position. Too late. We got some European late night people now, so that's good. It's only 12 o'clock in Europe. Make your bishop great again. Both my bishops are great. This bishop's pretty great. The one on g2, you know, he's a good defender, so I wouldn't knock him that much. Early or late? So, Bloby, you're also 6 hours ahead of Eastern Time. Mule Skinner, yep. Okay, well, I don't see much future for my bishop on b4 anymore. Let's just do the thing we planned on doing. But I guess at the end of the day, the real story is much deeper. What's going to happen in the future here? c6. Can I do this to get a little bit of counterplay? Kind of anti-positional advance? I'm a little worried about this. Keep him busy in the center. I won't hesitate to go Mamedyarov style here. g4, bishop g4, f g4, knight g4. Pray that that's sound. g4, bishop g4, f g4, knight g4. I have very little faith in it, but it might work. Like knight g3, queen h4 with sort of vicious threats. Primitive. 24 plus, never been up that late. f3 though, I think fuchsia is actually okay. Yeah, it's basically giving up the whole diagonal, but I assumed the plan was to play g4, which might be good if you could play like knight g3. Okay, the bishop's bad. I don't know, you know, if it's good or not. It's not surprising completely to me. Okay, so I don't see a good defense for him, but I think there is one. There is a problem with this line, which doesn't surprise me. It was a little bit too good to be true. Knight g4 was too good to be true because there's a queen e1 thing. So we're going to have to go Tigran into Tigran defensive mode. Tigranian defensive mode. You might have had an in-between move with g5 there, actually. It was a little bit touch and go. I'm going to pop back to f8 and try to hold on the king side. I think the whole sacrifice didn't work because of bishop g4 and etc. Pretty subtle stuff by Big Money. Really. Maybe knight f8 wasn't necessary. I could have gone knight b4 on the queen side. That has to be stopped. That's not happening. If you're doing knight f5, you're doing it as a piece sacrifice. I'm not, you know, down with that. Now my knight looks stupid, but it's still on the board. This is arguably a bad exchange for white. Can't believe I lost in that king and pawn game like a moron. When he played g4, I thought, oh, if I take, my pawns are isolated. He'll win them, but he can't take them. You know, it's just I didn't calculate the tempi. He can't even take one because the other one will go forward. Theoretician on golf, really? Wow, you read every book. One day you played, still crying. Well, if you want to buy a house near a golf course, let me know, Bloby. I'll sell you a house. Knight f5, wow. Totally speculative sacrifice. Yeah, I don't believe this is correct. I am not really believing it's correct. Is queen h4 the best move? Okay, it's a little scary for me, actually. I could consider sacrificing a piece back here. I should consider sacrificing a piece back because it's kind of scary. I think I'm being a baby. My pieces are really boxed in, though. Like, what am I going to do? Last chance, sacrifice a piece with knight g6 now. Bail out if you want to. King h8, there's no going back after that. I guess I could still do it at some point if it gets really scary. That's true. I could still do knight g6. Dangerous for black. Carlsen's play, yeah, he's amazing. Absolutely. Big Money has some stuff going on. I was expecting knight e2, knight g3. There goes knight g6 as an option. Fully terrified now. Terrified. I'm officially terrified. Whoa. Both the clocks are red. Freaks me out. This is pretty scary. Wait, why didn't I play like queen g5 there? Okay. Man, another weird continuation. What am I doing? What is he doing? What am I doing? What is he doing? What are we doing? Look at him like stacking his rooks on the H file there. Not a clean game at all. Man, I don't know. Maybe I was in serious trouble there. Optical mouse, paparazzi. Alright, this guy RAQ has challenged me to 5-0. I need an increment. I'm losing almost every game. Mule Skinner, Cheesy Noob, and Nefedov. Of all people, Nefedov's challenging me to 5+2. Nefedov, who has 200 and something games, should know what time controls I play. You don't like the version 2 of lichess? Yeah, you have to get used to it, but I don't like that it's not working with Firefox. We can blame Firefox if you want to. Optical mouse, also 5+2. He's like copying, so Nefedov's copying him. Alright, I like 5+3. Thanks you guys, Astrobait and Jim, for donations today. You can check out my my replays on my YouTube channel, Video Chess Training on YouTube. I should announce that we're going to be back on Sunday. I'm not sharp tonight. Playing too much Hearthstone or something. I don't know. It works great with Google Chrome, but I can't get Google Chrome to work with Streamlabs. So I'm kind of like stuck. I need to figure out how I can get the Google Chrome to show up on Streamlabs. I never used Google Chrome for streaming, so it's kind of new to me. Optical mouse. I'm just going to play something weird. The reverse Queen's Gambit. No, it's reverse Caro-Kann exchange variation. That's what this is. I used to play this years ago. It's actually quite harmless. What am I supposed to play here? Bishop f5? That's f4, but now I can't remember. Bishop g5. Bishop f4? I can't remember what I used to do here. That's weird. Back in the day, I had some games in this position. Huh. I don't know. I can't remember. Squares are flickering on Chrome. Well, I don't know. I'm not using Chrome now, but it was working great. I don't think this is a good position. It's not a good line for white at all. I lost to Alexander Kallichstein, I remember, in like 1991 in a game in this line. I had a draw with a master at the Marshall Chess Club. I remember that. Alright, that was about 1993, probably. 1994. Only 25 years ago. Seems like yesterday. At that point, I think I figured out that doing this is not really dangerous for black. No ambulance, no birds, only lawnmowers. It's the lawnmowers that get you. But I'm safe if I start the stream around 5:30. If I start earlier, you guys would get lawnmowered. 94 is probably kind of early. It's basically a Caro-Kann. Just because Fuchsia likes lots of Caro-Kanns, thought I'd give her a Caro-Kann with colors reversed, just for good measure. Master Fugu is here. I totally forgot to mention that. Master Fugu. Of course. Master Fugu may go on sale at some point over the summer. I'm not sure. So we'll auction Master Fugu. I will be holding a Master Fugu auction at some point. State sale. He is the strongest defensive player in the team. Master Fugu would like this, yeah, this setup. Exchange with the extra tempo should be okay, but the point is, this move, there's a particular move. I think Queen B6 in this position. It's funny, Fuchsia, there is this thing about symmetrical or, reversed openings where ironically, like, it should be better. Like, logic would dictate the extra tempo would be good. But, I guess not. It's bishop f5, yeah. I suppose it's bishop f5 is the best move, actually. But, I mean, does that work? Like, queen b6, queen c2, bishop f5? Not really, because of queen c8, mate, or almost mate. Kind of a funny position. It's something like queen b6. I remember seeing FIDE Master David Grigo do that to somebody once. Grigo was still alive. I don't know. He's not playing chess, but he was a super strong FM who was an expert on the semi-Slav. And one time I saw someone do this against him, like CD, ED, bishop f4, and Grigo must have played, I guess, queen b6. I can't remember now. Gigo. f5. That's probably a good move. I have no clue how strong Optical Mouse is, but they were like winning the classical Shield tournament earlier today. Can anybody check that for me? Do we have any info on if Optical Mouse like won every single game they played in the classical Shield arena? Colombo was great, of course. There's actually a statue of Colombo in Budapest because I guess his relatives are Hungarian. There's a street called Falk Miksa Utca where actually the Hungarian Chess Federation is. So there's a Peter Falk statue on the street, ironically. It's kind of funny. What am I doing? Bishop c4 check. Is that a good thing or a bad thing for me? I don't even want a castle. What does the Caro-Kann player do here? Queen h5. Hoping for bishop takes. I have no clue. You know, I'm just like losing on time. I think his dog might be there. We'll have to check that for you. Take his good bishop, damn it. Develop his queen? You want me to develop his queen for him? Aid his development? I want him to take on g3. But my move was probably just bad. Probably bad. Bishop's kind of getting in the way on c4 of knight c4 though. Tension. Can anybody see the results from the classical Shield arena? Did this guy like win every single one of his games? Because he was just dominating. What made you guys bring up Colombo? That's weird. I'm just taking challenges in order. 5 plus 3 casual. The HBO True Detective Show. Alright, so A5. F4. Bishop F5 plan. Whoa. Yeah. Maybe I'm waiting too long here, but it seemed like I wasted kind of a key tempo with that whole thing. Where I did the Doing a castle. Don't really want a castle. I'd rather play it like a Gurgenidze Caro-Kann now and like put my king on g2 or something. I don't know. Castling into rook f6, rook h6 look kind of weird. Not really sure what I'm doing right now. I don't think g5 is necessarily coming here. That's why I didn't castle. Well, one of the reasons. It's about equal, I think, this position. Guys, thanks for joining me. Time might be an issue, you think? For me? I guess g5, king d2 is not a good move. So I never got anyone to research if he won the classical shield arena. Nobody wants to be a researcher anymore. 5+3 casual. Well, all my streams are casual. I don't know. Everybody knows that. Wow. He's pretty fast too. Step away from the chalupa. He set it for f6. Is there lag? Am I getting lagged? It feels like I'm getting lagged. One cheapo after another. He lost on time. Wow. He even has knight c4 here. I'm crazy, you know. I was saying Optical Mouse played in a classical shield arena and was winning it, but I think it was a different player. So anyone who was confused what I was saying, like, join the club. Optical Mouse was challenging me this afternoon to some games, and then I think I got him confused with somebody else who was winning the classical shield arena. Let's see. I think it was someone else, actually. 4 classical games. He did play 4 classical games, but it's not the player who I thought. No, alright, my bad. I'm sorry. I thought you were someone else, Optical Mouse. Okay. Paparazzi, Mule Skinner, Cheesy Noob. So. No, Pazzi Dasagazi. That's hard to say, and I can't make myself say it. Too difficult. I normally don't take challenges with people less than 100 games. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt here. Somebody said only 3 more games. I don't know why. Random things to say. No, not only 3 more games. I just didn't feel like reading off like a 10-page list. I'm just lazy. Optical Mouse, yeah, it was an interesting game. I think you were better. A6 is a very weird move here. Probably not that bad. Actually, this occurred to me the other day. The possibility of playing that move. It doesn't have much independent value, but why not? You know, there's nothing wrong with a6 there, I guess. You allow a sort of Marazzi, but technically that's kind of a standard line, I guess. And again, someone has tricked me into playing something that I don't play. Not the first time today. Pawn to emote, what is that? Oh, my dog. So, alright. I don't play c4 against the Paulson. Now I'm stuck playing a variation I know nothing about. It's great. Basically a kind of Marazzi. A kind of Marazzi. So, he's 1600A. He's gonna like crush me like a 2400 or something. I hope not. I really hope we don't have that today. So bishop e2, a3. I mean, a3 is not that stupid, but he might have other ideas like knight e5 and stuff. Bishop e2 feels like it's definitely correct. Stockfish said bishop takes d6 was mandatory. Well, I don't care what's most common in that position, Fuchsia, because nobody good plays what I played. That's not that relevant to me, although I do trust Stockfish's opinion. When you play a kind of bad line, you can't really, you know, take the statistics that seriously because no strong players actually play the position. So, I mean, you'll find like maybe like one or two, but for the most part, you're getting a statistical sample size from basically like weak to average masters rather than like GMs and someone really strong. But here we're gonna have a problem. I have to sack a pawn. He didn't play bishop b4, which is probably the sharpest. So black could end up in just kind of a passive position now. Oh, h5. Like our old friend Aldisto, who I haven't seen in ages. Knight g4 anyway. Oh shit. Pardon. For my language, excuse my language. h3, knight g4 anyway? hg4? Come on, no, you can't do that. I'm getting a little bit carried away. My fantasies with knight g4. He's pretty fast. Now, I don't like f3 because it weakens this dark square diagonal more. I feel like f3 weakens more squares than h3. It's true. I mean, when you play f3, you weaken g3 and e3. When you play h3, you weaken only g3. Another David Grigo reference. All right. Right. Okay, b6. It's looking pretty good now. We have knight d5, kind of the classic temporary peace, so-called sham sacrifice here. I say that to myself all the time. Like, all the time I have games where I'm saying, oh man, this guy's so strong for 1600. I had a draw earlier today with a 1600. I played in an arena and drew because I allowed a perpetual threefold repetition in a winning position because I wasn't sure about the winning move till it was too late. And by the time I knew the winning move, I had allowed a threefold repetition. So that was good. We're just winning the b6 pawn, attacking the rook on a8, so that should pretty much wrap it up. No, I think that black played quickly, but made mistakes, you know, here. I see like a lot of 1600s who play out really, really well, though. And they'll play like the whole game almost master level, and then maybe like drop a piece or something. So I think there's a lot of people out there who are learning chess online, and they're capable of being really strong players. It just, they don't have the consistency yet. Okay, here I could take on e7 and try to play like positionally. No, I'm just winning with bishop e6. Oops. I think this is good enough. Sack the queen. I heard Topalov had a fantastic queen sacrifice that he missed in his rapid game today. My sources, we have a strong house tonight. Bonus, I am in the house. But he's very shy. So I don't think that Master Shredder is going to be on the stream tonight. Also, when you play f3, you open the a7 g1 diagonal. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, f3 weakens my dark squares around my king much more so than h3. That's the point, basically. Absolutely. So now, yeah, I don't feel like being materialistic. Takes, check. Maybe I should be materialistic here. I mean, if I can take his bishop, then I can do dark squares and not worry about it. Obviously, my plan was to take the exchange, and it's probably winning, but I'm just wondering if there's something better. Learning online might be better than a club, Alex, GM, but I think there's no substitute for the over-the-board games. You're still going to have to put in the hours of play over the board to become a strong tournament player. There's basically no substitute for that. So you can do all the online that you want, but at some point you're going to have to get used to playing with a real board against strong players in long games. There's really, you know, it takes a lot of practice getting used to that. I guess I screwed this up. Maybe not. Maybe not. This was the plan. Whose dark squares are weak? Now I can afford to play f3 without really feeling it hurt that much. Silman. The queenside majority looks like a killer, like b4, b5. That's one thing. But this is not over yet. Best move. That's a strong move for a 1600 to find. Pretty quickly, I want to say. End quickly. There's some neat ideas. Lots of good fantasies about this position. b4 might end up being kind of dangerous. Also, there's rook h5. About to lose on time. Watching me for months helped you raise your rating. That's nice. From 1777 to 1781. See? Look at this. The moves just keep coming. Wow. I'm getting kind of concerned about this. The moves just keep coming super fast. Now I blundered an exchange, instant style. Oh, I get it. Now I understand. f6 wins a piece for black. After f6. Something about this player, I admit, is a little bit weird. Really weak, then really strong. Almost like two extremes. Funny animator Jim. Okay, please don't suggest obvious moves like, you know, you're kind of ruining my fun with that, dude. Like when we're live playing the game at the moment, it's probably best not to make obvious suggestions. Yeah, that almost ruined my fun. But we still had fun, so that's the important thing. Uber driver's like, wow, queen sacrifice, yes. We did it. Spectacular. Even funny animator Jim tried to steal it, but didn't work. No, believe me, I was trying to get him to play it. You know, I've been trying for the last 2 minutes to get him to play F6. I was trying to talk him into it with reverse psychology. You know, it's my only chance. Oh no. But you got to do it with the queen. Somebody suggested bishop h5, but that's so mundane. You know, I mean, have some style. 2 bishops. Mate in the bishops. Mate in the bishops. Mate with the 2 bishops in the middle of the board. All right, you know the rest. Very lucky escape for me there. We got tons of challenges. Mule Skinner. It has a name. Bowden. Acerbate with a donation just for that mate. Bishop h5 would be more correct. In the old school style, where you want to mate with the lower form of material. The lower life form. Always mate with the lower life form. Chess was invented by extraterrestrials. So that was... It's not pretty tonight, guys. In honor of Acerbate and his donation of 42 bits, on top of his other donations, and Jim tonight, I'm going to play the Owen defense against Mule Skinner. Play the 42. Uber driver's here. What's up? I heard there's like an Uber driver strike. A lot of... Not all the Uber drivers are striking. That's the problem. You guys don't have a union Uber driver. So they're fighting for their right for more money, right? And driving 13 hours a day is too much, right, dude? The strike was a miserable fail. Yeah, because those Uber drivers in California didn't hold up their end of the bargain or something. What happened? I saw something about it in the news. I wasn't really sure. So we got Mule Skinner to play a weird non-Grand Prix attack Sicilian. Of course, like, you can't have an Uber driver union, can you? Because you guys are not like full-time employees or whatever. It's really tricky. There were signs that were like picket signs that said Lyft is fair, more fair, or something like that. Always a scandal with Uber. I'm adopting those below 2,000. Wait, adopting? I'm just taking the challenges in order. But I'm a little slow. So we tricked Mule Skinner into playing an open Sicilian when he usually plays the Grand Prix attack. Bunnies. Vorpal bunny. Does anyone know what a Vorpal bunny is? Heard of that? It was stolen by some recent video game or something, but it actually goes back to very old video game from the 80s. Here we go again. The same theme as that other game where... I don't know, maybe that's an older game I played this afternoon. I had a game where I was hitting H2. That was before the stream started. Bunnies with razor sharp teeth. Alright, so I don't like Mule Skinner playing Queen E2 here. That's kind of a scary move. Knight F6, E5. And then, what do I do? Like Knight G4? That's not healthy, is it? Can I do that? Knight G4, Queen C4? kind of weird. All right. I'm not really liking the way this is going. Queen e2 is a strong move. Astrobate, I need your help. There start to be this sort of sacrificial possibilities with knight d5. I need beer and coffee.
No!
I hate that one. It sounds like a friend of mine who really gets on my nerves. I think he might have done the voiceover for it. It's ridiculous. It sounds exactly like him. And the guy actually does some voice stuff. Alright, let's try this. This is just probably not good. Knight e4? That would be bizarre. No, that's not sound. I have to go knight g4. This is not good. I'm getting too creative. Wow, Muleskinner adapting to the open Sicilian. Really well, actually. Spoiler alert. Knight c6 instead. Yeah, I mean, knight c6 is possible, but I guess I should probably play it like right away. That's some sort of Chom variation. Hungarian Grandmaster Chom Istvan, who's like retired from playing, used to play b6 in the Sicilian on move 2, pretty much. So if you go through a lot of games, you'll see that. Muleskinner hesitating. I think you got to go with e5 here. I don't really know why you didn't. I psychologically tricked him. So I think that I just have a solid game now. It's a kind of Paulson, or Khan Sicilian rather. It's just a good hedgehog, like a pretty good hedgehog, I guess. Normal-ish. Looks okay. But I don't understand why you don't go e5. It was all a bluff. I was looking at e5, knight g4. But I think, like, it doesn't threaten anything. Like, what if you just go, like, you don't take it, okay? Let's say not queen g4, queen c4, because that's unclear. I thought you had something else there, maybe. Who knows? Why is e5 your go-to move immediately? Sorry? Who are you talking to, animator? Well, it's pretty fundamental. I mean, if he could chase my, I put my knight on f6. If he could chase my knight away from f6, I'm in trouble. You know, I mean, it's like pretty dubious to put your knight on f6, have it chased away. If I don't have a good move there, I'm basically losing space and time. So that's pretty basic, I think. It's not the only move that White can play, of course. There's lots of other options. Panda's grown. He's grown. We put him on some growth drugs, and that's Macro Panda, HTFP. Macro Panda, you might remember from my summer, actually not that long ago. Until January, February, I was streaming with this guy at times. So now we want to play d5 somehow, but it doesn't look like it's on. We've kind of drifted into a good position. It's basically a good Najdorf for black now. Pretty good Najdorf, I would think. It's an f4 Najdorf, essentially. Knight e6, Mark Esserman. Mastering the Mora with knight e6. I know, I remember playing that against someone in a Sozin, winning a good game. It doesn't work here, I doubt it. Unless you have like a rook f6 to follow it up with. Sozin Sicilian sacrifice, pretty common. So now what? h3, of course. Very subtle. The subtle method. Chom Istvan. What would Cham Ishtvan do? B5, A3. I want to play D5, but I just don't see it really cutting the mustard here. I feel like I just have to hang out and improve incrementally. You can do G4, do what you want. You can't just keep doing whatever, though. Eventually, it's going to come back to haunt you. I'm not even castled, so good luck with that kingside attack. I'm used to playing the hedgehog, and sometimes this happens. You know, you get situations that are much scarier than this. I've had games that make this look ridiculously safe for black. Now, D5 is a little closer to a real move here. You might really consider it. B5. The Najdorf. Starting to like this. How about an exchange sacrifice right about now on C3? I like to do that sometimes unsoundly and then lose when it's not necessary. I'm not going to do anything with my king. I'm just going to keep my options open as long as possible. I find that to be the best. So I was confused. I thought the classical shield was earlier today, but it was some other classical shield. Or is it going on like non-stop? No, I'm not doing classical shield. That takes years. I'm not going to live that long. I mean, fancy play syndrome. No. Though I can play Queen A8. This is a hedgehog as far as I'm concerned. Wow. I want to do Rook C3, but it's again, I'm not sure if it's good enough. It's a good struggle. The Vorpal Bunny. Oh. Yeah, Final Fantasy, but they stole Vorpal Bunnies from, you know, from older games. That's what I was talking about. The Vorpal Bunny. How about an exchange sacrifice? Again, it's like a little bit over the top. Not good enough. Did I miss 94 there? Probably not. Ultra Najdorf. Putting my king. Where am I putting my king? Oh my god. I don't know. Does it matter? This reminds me of like a training game I had with one of my students last year. Very, very similar. Wow. Goodness. Scary. Whoa, Mule Skinner is fast too. He's playing super chess. I mean, for a guy who doesn't normally play the Open Sicilian, he's doing a tremendous job here. I missed nothing. Can I castle? He's like trying to trick me into like allowing this fork by getting myself mated in one. Oh, this is a weird move. So he has Queen F3 still. Then I have to play D5, but it's still a fork. I think I'm actually winning now. This was a horrible game by me. Absolutely horrible. I mean, I was fine, I guess, but then at the end it got really weird. Look at this. I have to use the arrow keys. It was okay until this point, and then it just got totally out of control. Looks like that was a blunder by me, rook d8. And this was scary too. Tough game, Yule Skinner. Both of us started getting really sloppy at the end. Naturally, there wasn't a lot of time left. But tough game. Okay, Cheesy Noob is up. Guys, I'm streaming a normal 2.5 hours, so till 8, we've got another hour to go. Then it's martini time. Interesting. Nefedov is next. My resident IM house sitter has we have in the house, Nefedov, a relatively new book on the my trainer. He has a relatively new book on the Schliemann, actually. So I better go book up before the game starts. Cheesy Noob, I played c4 in an earlier game today. Let's not do that. This is more my speed. I should have played knight c3 the other game. I played c4. I don't know what I'm doing. The Dark Knight system. No. Nefedov says good, help yourself. It's by some no-name Russian grandmaster. I don't know. Kornev or something. Actually, it's for black. I'm just kidding around. It's like a repertoire Schliemann book for black. So it's not going to help me too much. It's just going to give me good lines for black. I don't think that's going to work. Right. Okay, let's develop. If he plays bishop takes c3, white says thank you. Thank you. No, Cheesy Noob played this way against me before. We had another game almost identical to this. Cheesy Noob has he has a kind of fetish for knights, which Chigorin also had. I think we might have had the exact same position in a previous game, Uber Driver. But I have to agree with Uber Driver, and I think most classical masters are gonna side with us. In this type of position, I think black's got some issues with the squares. The squares. So bishop a3, a5, knight a5, is that what happened in the previous game? Something like that. Knight c6, bishop a3. Bishop a3, knight a5. We had some game where something like that happened. So not Korneev, you know, like Korneev is really, really, you know, he's a very, very strong grandmaster. No, this other guy, Kornev, who I don't know anything about. The Kornev guy is the author. You know, I'm obviously aware of Korneev. He's living in Spain. He was a very, very strong player, or is, you know, he's old like me. Maybe older. I'm not sure. Okay, let's try something crazy just to mix it up. And now for our final trick. This is weird, man. I hate doing this move, and I was recently criticizing Asterbait for playing this move. But in this concrete position, I think it might actually be very strong. Because we have bishop a3, we cut him off from castling. I mean, I don't mean to criticize the guy, you know, Kornev. It's a very credible achievement to become a grandmaster, but there's a big difference between those two, I think. Korneev was like 2600 plus and very strong. Alright, this looks dangerous for black. I think that's a safe assumption. Quite dangerous. Materialistic. I have a plan. What's my plan? You sacrifice everything. Everything, bagel. The c3 pawn, c3po. Alright, so c3po. This is kind of tactical. Queen c3, rook d3. An 85? Oh my god. Oh my god. 95, queen g5. f6, queen g7. Because 85, queen g7, knight f3 check. There's mates. There would be mates. It's like Anton Smirnov and Igor Smirnov, exactly. They're not quite the same. They're like clones. But anyway, I'll have to like peruse the book and see if there's anything interesting I can try to use. But I don't think this guy is going to be like publishing, you know, the book's basically for black. I don't think the guy's going to be publishing any secrets for white to beat the Schliemann. He wants to make the Schliemann look good. It is a good opening. I mean, I think that's really good. But actually, according to my friend, a resident master here, he said that Kornev is recommending the line that I play, Nefedov, you know, the knight f6 rather than your d5. I guess it's more solid. You know, that's what I thought too, actually. All right, here we go. We're in. We sacked the pawn, but it's just strategy. Silman's endgame course. I don't know enough about it. I've heard like pretty good reviews, but I couldn't really give you an accurate, you know, opinion. I've heard good things about it. Like it's pretty good. Nothing bad. Okay, so not a lot of choices. It looks like I have to do f5. Nightman. Trump calls Kim Jong-un Rocket Man. Cheesy Noob is Nightman. Nightman does 97. So rook d6 traps the queen, except black has h5. But I think that we'll find some good threats in the interim. h5, queen d1. And that's it. Mitha Dumuso is new here. Hello. I thought an old book by Kyrgyz, Practical Chess Ending, was very good. Uber Driver, you're my man. That was the book I learned in games from. Practical Chess Endgames, it's like an old book. It's not laid out in a fancy way, but it had all the essentials that you need to become a good endgame player. That's the book that I studied endgames with. Almost, I mean, not only that book. I mean, another great book is what's it called? Endgame Strategy by Shereshevsky. But those two books are basically the only books that I really spent a lot of time on. And I think I'm a fairly decent endgame player. So, except for the King and Pawn game. The King and Pawn game from today, obviously, that was a masterpiece against Demetrius. So Cheesy Noob came apart. I think it's a dubious line, what he's doing. This knight GE7. And Uber Driver called it, you know, giving up the bishop, it really weakens the dark squares. Dark Knight system is a repertoire with knight c6 against everything. I see. But how does that connect to Schliemann? There's some guy with the same name. Are you getting names confused? It's just somebody has a very similar name to like the famous master. Okay. So Nefedov is up. He's playing e4. Thank God he's not black with the Schliemann. What do we do with him? Guys, welcome to my stream. Thanks again to Astrobait and Jim. First and second place in stream donations for the week. Bit donations. Nefedov, what are we going to do with you? C5? Keep it. Nefedov's pretty good against the Alyekin, I think, Uber driver. He has his repertoire like really well set, so sort of whatever I do, he knows what he's doing. But I feel like against the Sicilian, his lines aren't real critical. He plays some kind of quiet stuff, like bishop e2 or something. Yeah. So if people do that, I mean, I feel like I've kind of gotten away with something. It's okay for white, but the Boleslavsky variation here with e5 is considered to be solid, but I don't like playing e5. e6 is a Scheveningen. He knows that well. So classical dragon is my go-to in this sort of situation usually. We have played this before quite a bit. Options other than e6 and g6 for black would be like a6, sort of a hybrid. Waiting to see what happens. You could do like a Dragendorf type of thing to try to move order him. Bishop d7 perhaps. No particular point with this move, just kind of trying to confuse him with the move order. Oh, there was the game that Nefedov beat me where I like sacked my queen brilliantly and then like lost after achieving a technically winning position. That was probably something similar to this, actually. We'll play like a hyper modern hyper dragon. It's a hyper dragon. Just g5 in one move. This is like if you're stoned and you've been smoking too much weed, like some people around here. g5, sacrificing pawn for open lines. Yeah, but Nefedov just castled kingside. I mean, what can you do with a guy like that, you know? That just kind of takes all the fun out of life. Knight e5, I was thinking. But I think we're going to have to address the a7 pawn issue, and we're also going to have to think about ultimately what I'm doing here on the king side. I wanted to do like h5 if he was going to castle on the queen side, but since he's castling king side, I think I have to play more soundly. The Batman system. That's cool. What am I doing about a6? Let's start with that. Just playing, I mean a7, a6, just playing a6, I guess. Okay. It's a Dragendorf. It's a Dragendorf. The rook c8 might prove to be weird. Like, I'm not sure if this is going to work out, or should it be on b8? Am I waiting too long to fianchetto? Yeah, the Sicilian Nimzovich, actually, Fuchsia, as Big Money, one of our subscribers, has played against me. It's fine. Actually, I say actually a lot tonight. I remember maybe like 7-8 years ago, there was a survey in New in Chess yearbook about the Nimzovich variation, and you know, that survey in New in Chess made it appear like completely kind of playable. There was a game that Magnus like beat what's his name? The Swedish guy. Who's the top Swedish player now? The name is eluding me. Magnus won a brilliant game a couple years ago in the Nimzovich against somebody. Grandelius, yeah, thanks. Against Grandelius, but Grandelius played like kind of speculative, some sort of speculative setup in it. I think it wasn't like the most correct version of it that he did against Magnus, which was kind of crazy. You know, I don't think that that was necessarily like you could blame it on the opening. What are we doing now? B5? Can I do that? Okay, if you can play H3, I can play B5. Am I going to lose the C6 square? I think that black is sort of okay here. I mean, it's not very exciting. I guess I'm going to have to trade pieces at some point. Trade pizzas. I don't want to lose the E5 square. If he gets in E5, that could be like very problematic. This is sort of lame, but I don't know what else to do. Trading pieces. Trading pizzas. Lame. Lame robotic system. White is slightly better. I also thought Queen E3 was interesting there. In a similar position against Shamkovich, I did like E5 as a pawn sacrifice. It might even work, actually. E5, but then he just goes like Bishop E3. I actually had, when Nefedov came to visit me, I had a very similar game with him. He might or might not remember. He has a good memory. He came to visit me in Budapest. We had some casual games, and there was one that was kind of similar to this. Alright, let's do it. I mean, we got to do something. I'm just talking like a valley girl. He's got the ridiculous time advantage. What's he doing? Wow. Okay, Queen D2, Rook D2, Knight E4. Tactic Master. Nefedov, why do you have 4 minutes left to my 12 seconds? Haste makes waste. You should know that. Take your time. We got 12 seconds left. Wow. What? What just happened? He did Rook D3? There's a move I expected. Wait, what? I guess I could have played Rook C2, but this is good too. Oh, he gets that one. Tactical ending. Alert. This is going to be kind of tough. Wow, he gave me his G-pawn getting mated. Almost. It's virtual mate. It's like an E-hug. That's why the dragon structure is so key. Many pawns. Alright, Nefedov. The Nefedov School of Time Management. Optimal. Okay, Blobix is up next. Thanks for subscribing, guys. Thank you, Nefedov, for being one of our all-time supporters. Actually, Pavel has more games with me than anyone else. Actually, the two people who have the most games with me are in the stream tonight. Nefedov and Mule Skinner. Both over 200 games on stream. Blobix. I don't know Blobix's game that well. We've only played 3. Seems like Nefedov was rushing. It's late for him. It's 12, you know. I mean, actually, a lot of you guys are not, you know, you're not maybe at your best. Yeah, Jim, how many games do you have? Like 100? I mean, you're up there, but not Nefedov level. Okay, Nefedov probably played a few games with me off stream, but not a lot, like maybe 10. Sveshnikov. I don't know anything. I don't play this 95 thing. I mean, I think it's all just it's like the London system. It's Nefedov's a late night person though, so don't let him pretend that he just played bad because it's late. He lost because of time management issues. The only reason. I think Kasparov called this like the safe variation or something. Wait, what am I doing? Yeah. Queen A5 check. Nobody plays that, actually. And I know nothing about the theory of this. Literally, almost nothing. So I'm completely screwed. I've never played this line with the white pieces in a tournament game. Could you please accept a couple of the next challenges before you accept me? You better be back soon because I'm going to be ending the stream in like 40 minutes. So don't be gone too long. I don't know if we'll get that many more. We'll see. So this is theory, I guess. I want to play bishop to d3. Most people just memorize, they know this variation, but I don't play e4 that much. I never had occasion to face queen a5 in an over-the-board game. You know, it's funny. I probably had a Sveshnikov against somebody, but I don't remember ever having to play the white side of Sveshnikov in an over-the-board game. Because I don't play e4 that often, and I would oftentimes kind of cherry pick my opponents, like playing e4 against specific people. Is this right to do it this way? I guess. Like if my opponent played the French defense, I would elect not to play e4. If they played certain variations, I would, for example. So I can take on b5. Like I think I'm supposed to take on b5 at some point and basically go up a pawn, but then my d5 pawn becomes weak. If I castle, they play bc, knight takes c4, castles. I have a weak pawn on d5 again. That pawn's going to be a serious issue. I mean, I don't know how do you protect that? Except the next 400 challenges, and then mine. I need a long sleep. Fuchsia. Fuchsia. Bishop e7. I don't know. I don't know the theory. Once I had black in a pre-arranged draw in this variation. But the game didn't last this long. So I don't know. Yo, Skinner, take care. I talk like Alexa. Alexa like mispronounces stuff. It doesn't know like which part of the word to put the emphasis on. It's like, you'll Skinner. Some really obvious words. Just clearly putting the emphasis on the wrong syllables. Alright, I guess eventually I'm going to have to bite the bullet and take this pawn. Feels so dirty. Like, I'm a dirty, cheap materialist. But I don't really have anything better. So Blubix knows what he's doing. I don't know, you know. Objectively, like, what the evaluation is. Did I waste a tempo or something? Or was I supposed to play C takes B? Probably earlier, you know, probably like right out the gate. I'm supposed to play like C, B right away. Of course, in that case, this is live. You know, knight takes E4 looks kind of disturbing. So I don't know. Maybe I'm even playing the right moves. I wish I knew. Like, there's a lot of 12-year-old children who know the theory of this, and I don't. But I guess it would be easier to play. I've also played like bishop takes f6 a lot, and that's a good line for white. You know, probably equally good to knight a3. It would keep it a little more simple. So f5. Now we entered some sort of twilight zone. f4 is like a kind of normal positional move. But what am I doing after e4? Or is that a stupid question? Yeah, I'm having trouble. I'm scared, guys. Blobix knows what he's doing. Carlsen is playing black. Probably. I said I didn't like Caruana's system with knight d5, and ironically, I end up with the same type of position. This looks completely artificial to play bishop c3. I guess I could have played bishop e3, but that's in the way of the f-pawn, so... Isipinko is playing white. Today I was attacked per private message on lichess because I have a warning on my profile. This player uses fine Riesling assistance. Nice. Attacked. So they didn't bother to read it. They just thought it was like a serious message. Is that what you're saying? That's ridiculous. They don't like German wine, or what's the problem? All right, we're going into Yosipenko Gelfand mode now. Another man calling 7:30. 7:30 caller. It's a little late for the telemarketing, isn't it? Usually they go until about 8. The thing I love about living in Europe is the fact that no one does as much telemarketing. You can actually have a telephone and not have to worry like every minute someone's going to call you, harass you. She told you to be ashamed. So, you know it's a she? You know who the person was attacking you. That's always good. I prefer to be attacked by someone who, you know, I knew who they are. Bishop f5 second exchange. I guess this variation I looked at bishop a6. My d5 pawn is still an issue. Alright, maybe I can take and play queen d3. She told you half of her life story. Whew. Sounds a little bit like my ex-wife. I don't know, I'm kind of scared. Stay home. It's safer. But I'm not sure about the wine. I like Riesling. It's okay, but I'm not really that well. I'm not that knowledgeable. I try to stick with the stuff I know. So South American, Spanish, Hungarian. So my wine expertise is limited to what little wine expertise I have. Taking pawns in all quantities. All denominations of pawns. 1, 2, 3, however many you want. More of a beer guy. I do both. Beer and wine, not at the same time. I find there's a big difference, though, in the effect that beer and wine have. Beer is much more of a sedative, for me at least, and wine is more of like have more of a stimulant kind of effect. If I'm playing chess or something, I really should probably be drinking wine. It has a much better effect on my game than drinking beer. At least for a while, you know, there's a there's a point of no return, but if you're going to drink alcohol and play chess, probably wine is a better bet than beer. Here I am drinking beer while I play, but just kind of chilling. Your last bottle is stored behind your chess books. Hide it. What's up? Bluebix just dropped all his pawns. Queen a4, some sort of sneaky move. He set up the blockade on the white squares. Oh, time. You mean time is relevant? Okay, well, I guess you're going to get one back. Yikes. Oh no, or maybe not. What am I doing? I just had a triple fork I didn't take. Blunder time. Alright. We had a major family fork there that I didn't see. Black should have taken the pawn on a2. Obviously, you know, there. That's not that clear. I'm still up material. 2 pawns should be enough, but with the bishop, you know, pretty good bishop. It's not a walk in the park. But let's see the opening. Oh, I can't see the opening because my opening explorer doesn't work with lichess. I mean, with Firefox. So is bishop d3 the best move? We'll just trust Stockfish here. Let's see. No, it thinks like I should take. Okay, I didn't know what's going on with knight e4. I guess this is bad. See, I didn't know. Rook c1 is just really strong. Need to study this position if I'm going to play it. Next time I'll stick with like... Next time I swear I'm going to play bishop takes f6 and just play this. Don't have to worry about queen a5 check in those lines. Okay, Funny Animator Jim said he wanted to wait. So E Madar, that could be a Hungarian. Madar means bird in Hungarian. Vichy the player. 42 Mubot messages. Uh-oh. E Madar. Madar. Could just be Emadar. I can tell you as you don't know where I live. It's a good thing Bob's not here. He can find out. Alright, let's play. Masturbate. 592 bits donated this week. Oh, Funny Henry Jim's back. All right, you got the next game. You're back in time. That might be the last one. We'll see. I got to go shortly after 8. I'm hosting a fellow international master here. I don't want him to get lonely. Where's Bob in your almost NM mod? The mod is, you know, hit or miss. He's just the kind of filler. I don't expect him to be the mod, you know, for every stream. Since you didn't want to do it, Jim. Well, you've got a bottle that's worth about €1. Nice. I could use a few of those. Cash them in. How much can I sell like a stuffed, gotta start selling stuff off to pay the bills. I thought about selling my chess library. I could auction off my autographed chess library to my adoring fans here. I don't really want to do that. I like my chess books. I didn't want to give away my library, but there might come a time. So Madar now can play the Benko here with b5. He did not do it, though, missing the golden opportunity. That's actually not that good. I've played it a lot. There's a famous game where like Kyrgyz did this sort of thing against, I don't know, maybe, I can't remember who it was. Kyrgyz was black against someone good. He did a Benko like out of the King's Indian with like b5. It's kind of dubious. But now it's kind of a bad Benoni for black. I mean, I think that's a much better try to play b5 here and to turn it into a Benko. Kind of the only try for black, essentially. Not a great Benko because I don't lose my right to castle like in the main lines of the normal Benko. You guys know what I'm talking about. But here it's just a Benoni with your knight on d7. That's pretty dubious. And this looks like it's just losing a pawn. I did that against Dmitry Gurovich once. I just like dropped my d6 pawn. It was a King's Indian. That was really embarrassing. We're playing in the New York Open and I was like a pretty strong master. And he had like a pawn on... he had a pawn on d5 and I had pawns, you know, on like c6 and d6. And I just like forgot my d6 pawn wasn't protected and he just took on c6 and I just lost my d6 pawn. I had to pretend like it was some sort of intentional sacrifice. That was pretty embarrassing though. Just drop a central pawn for no good reason. That's always good. But Dimitri's a good sport. Getting a little frisky here with 95. Waiting for the computer. 95. Sacrifice for discoveries. Mule Skinner subscribed for 21 months. He's close to a record. Close to a record holder. You can't transpose to the Benko when knight c3 is already on the board, right? Technically. Okay? Technically, it's not a Benko. I mean, but there are variations, you know, there are variations where the moves could transpose. So it's a King's Indian, you know, if you want to go by the old school definition of what it is. But, you know, these things are all interrelated. The King's Indian, the Benko, the Benoni. They're basically all in the same family of openings. At the end of the day, I mean, what really matters, you know? The names don't matter. I'm going to go for this. This is going to get a little hairy, though. I have to play e5. I might win a piece with e6, but he might have some sort of sacrifice, like along the e file. I could get skewered like a human skewer here. All my pieces. Something. You don't go by the name, but go by the pawn structure. I mean, the problem with that inferior Benko that I'm talking about is that the main thing in like a lot of the main lines of the Benko is where black is playing like bishop takes a6 and trading bishops on f1. In the sort of Benko here, the Benko type of line that I'm talking about, black wouldn't get to play bishop takes a6, bishop takes f1, and ruin white's, destroy white's chance to castle. That is such an important part of like the Benko normally. But it's still like kind of okay for black. I've played a lot of blitz games in that sort of position I'm talking about here on move 8. I don't really like knight on bd7. I mean, you can play c5 right away. I've played a lot with black, actually. In fact, I think I saw Jay Bonin play this once at the Marshall, like c5, d5, b5. But actually, h3 is not such a bad move. Well, here black just sacrificed a piece, but I don't think they have too much for it. This was too optimistic. So unsound. Microscopic compensation, negligible for black here. I mean, even rook g1 is good. I was thinking rook f1. I might lose a number of pawns. Rook f1, bishop g2, rook f7, king f7, h4. It's probably winning for white. Rook g1 though is kind of passive. So you got to choose. Pick your poison. Passive rook or losing a pawn. Actually, I can play knight d5, come to think of it. Wow. That's actually very likely a decent move. Maybe that kind of kills black. Inner position. The ultimative Benko study by Fuchsia. Check it out. Good night. I'm so tired. Can't think properly. I understand if I'm always like that. I completely appreciate you being here for my new stream time. All right. Let's keep it protected. Good night. Very funny. Nice pun. Paul Benko. Still living. I think he's 91 or 92. Amazing. Okay, can we hold this pawn? It's okay, I don't mind losing that one. It's isolated anyway. Maybe we just give that one back because I'm a nice guy. You can have it. I don't want it. Very subtle. Very subtle. Okay, knight d6 now. That's it. That's the ball game. FIDE rating 2408, May 2019. Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, but he hasn't played in years. He's like still on the list of one team, I think. They still have him like as a registered player. But he hasn't played since forever. Probably like 7 or 8 years. I don't know. Just guessing. But he still writes and does articles and stuff, I believe. A little bit of counterplay for Madar here. Smashing my pawns, but he's short a piece, so that's not going to cut it. Yeah, he's down a piece. Thought that he was active. No. I don't remember seeing him play. I mean, I've lived in Hungary for 15 years. And I certainly wasn't there for all, like, minor team championships and stuff like that, but I met Benko a lot at the Hungarian Chess, like, Federation, but I've never seen him actually playing a tournament game since I moved there in 2004. He probably did play a few, but it's not a new thing. He's been inactive forever. I don't think he enjoys playing anymore. I think he just likes analyzing and doing endgame studies and stuff like that. He always did. Was more into that stuff than actually playing. All right, black's not in the mood to give up here. Counterplay. Down the whole rook. Yep. Not healthy. I'm willing to give back. Speed up the process. But actually, if I give up the exchange, you know, I have to be a little bit careful with my stuff. Check. No check. Check or no check? No check. Counterplay time. King f6. Now it's time to start trying. Obviously. This is looking grim. It's finally over. Now down everything. Okay, guys. Looks like we're down to our last game, probably. Let's see. For some reason, like, poor Vichy the player is always like the last one to challenge me. He's always like the bubble boy. I don't know what I decided to play the modern defense. Well, I thought you would play c4. What's up, everybody? Almost time to go to bed. No, I'm not going to bed. Not yet. It's only 7:47 here. My airplane. Zen Chess, what's up? Duh, I missed the stream. I'm sorry, it's my fault. I mean, I didn't publicize my stream time that well. Zen Chess, tier 2 subscriber and supporter of the stream. I'm gonna try to do, like, you know, most commonly this time for now, like a 5:30-ish stream. But I mean, sometimes I might do midday as well. We will work out a regular stream schedule moving forward. The next stream is going to be on Sunday at the same time, 5:30. 5:30 Eastern time, simul on Sunday, guys. Just so you know, I will put the stream time on the stream title and also in my team info on lichess. 5:30 on Sunday is okay. So here, am I supposed to play knight c6 or queen c7? I guess it's like queen c7. It reminds me of an f3 Nimzo. Nice pawns. Just rattling off the moves. Plays this every day. Alexander Ivanov played this with black, and also some other good players. Gingy, the Romanian Grandmaster Istrichescu. I wouldn't find it very easy to play white. Much more labor intensive playing white in this kind of position than it is for black. I did have a game with someone else not that long ago, I recall, on my stream. Couldn't possibly be the same player. I mean, it would be too much of a coincidence if I played the same line against Funny Animator Jim. We only have 11 games. I want to play b6 really badly, but I can't tactically make it work. Rook b8 is possible, but also awkward. Oh, I have queen e5? I'm like tactically brilliant. So, queen e5, knight e2, queen e4. I'm a genius. I found it. The secret move. Weak point sensor. It really was a little bit, my sensor was a little bit slow on the uptake there. I have my excuses for everything. You know, guys who watch the streams regularly knows. Nefedov always gives me a hard time. So I love to make excuses about my bad performance and my rating and just general things. But my excuse is back. You know, I have jet lag. This is the third day. I arrived on Wednesday, so it's a really good excuse. You can use it for a week. I have a stiff neck. Jet lag. But seriously. So he protected the key pawn at c3. That's what I expected. The Winnower French style. Okay, no matter what, this is going to get a little weird, but I would really like to trade queens. I certainly wouldn't mind trading queens. My opponent has the bishop pair, but I have this juicy structure, so we should be okay. It reminds me of the Winnower French, actually, when I see tripled c-pawns. But it also reminds me of the Nimzo Indian f3 variation. Move 11, you were here and then you disappeared. I thought you went to play or something. I guess you went to dinner or something like that. Have dinner, come back. I love the excuses. So we traded queens. The f-pawn. But I guess it's still okay for white. Very, very similar, as I said, to the f3 Nimzo, which move 11 likes. He likes these lines where white keeps his healthy c-pawn on c5. I have not had too much success in equivalent Nimzo positions. Now we still have issues. Knight d5, I presume. What's my plan now? Okay, we chase his bishop back, and then we try to break on the c5 pawn, I guess. I could also play knight c7. That looks incredibly slow. Nakafan 2016, thank you. Knight b4. Now, development is a little bit shaky here for black, so I don't think we can fart around too much. b6 feels right. Oh no, then bishop c4. Well, we got to do something. I don't think it's the end of the world. Bishop c4. That's it. That's all there is to it. Those triple pawns are seriously messing with my mojo, so one of them's got to go. This one is the problem. I mean, it's in my space. It's restricting me, preventing me from developing my pieces and such. Bishop c4, knight c7, knight c6. You know, it looks okay for both sides to me. Unless he has something tricky here. I don't see what he's got. Like b5 is covered. Some slight pull for white, maybe. Rook b1, bishop a6. Triple exclam. Actually, bishop a6 anyway. It's always good. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh, you don't want to trade your bishop. I understand. But then I can do other stuff. I mean, development is an issue here. Knight on d4 is pretty tough. Huh. So really strong. Knight on d4. And now bishop g5. It's all right. We have ways of dealing with this kind of thing. He's pretty strong. Try to play more high-rated players. You're talking to Asterbait? Yeah. I think that's good. Asterbait's problem is he doesn't like to lose. Look at this play by White. He's playing like a genius, actually. White's play is kind of brilliant. The piece coordination is like perfect. Man, that knight is pretty strong. F6. God, doesn't look right. This is very awkward for me. Instant moves. He's just coming with the instant moves now. Perfect piece placement. How strong is Funny Animator Jim? Not many games. 929 though, blitz. So what do I do now? G5, knight f5. That's good. I'm scared. I'm like in trouble. What do I do? Help. Such a dynamic style of play by White. Incredible. Incredible or credible? This is kind of a weird move, but I'm getting low on time. It was just a blunder, actually. Looks like. What I'm doing. He's kind of a genius. G4. Grandmaster style move, actually. I mean, White's play here is ridiculously strong. I just hung everything. Just like ripped me apart. I can't use the analysis engine. I mean, this play by White in this game is really... I can't use the analysis engine, but like up till this point I was okay. Started to get really scary here. And this is where I got really low on time. I thought about G5, but I didn't like knight F5. This was a stupid move to play bishop C4. But again, I couldn't make a move fast enough. Looks extremely strong for white, this position. Only if you're a computer you can defend black here. For a computer, it's easy to defend. You just play perfect moves. What are you talking about? It's like +1 if you don't play like perfect moves for black. You can hardly move my pieces like in this position. Try playing black sometime in this position. You would understand. I thought g4 was a really good move. Actually, king d8 was one of the first ideas of the computer. This is an extremely difficult position for black. g4 is an extremely strong move for white. And I just dropped my whole position in one move. I don't think that white made any mistakes in this whole game. Like some slight inaccuracies. Alright guys, that's it for today. That was an interesting game. Massively strong play by white. I think strong master level. Why do I not get to see where I was before? So, yeah, that was. I can't do it, and can I do like game analysis? I can't do that because of like Firefox, unfortunately. Anyway, guys, thanks for the games. Oh, Jim has beaten me a lot now. He's got almost 50% against me. Win, win, draw, win, win. Very good score. Interesting. Astrobate, thanks for the donation. 692 bits. Jim 884. Jim T884 with 500. Thanks, guys, for those of you who did support the stream. Yeah, nice way to go there. Lose the last game. But I mean, what can I do if my opponent plays that well? Like, I was under a lot of pressure. Very difficult position. Move 11, thanks for getting on the board with 100 bits. I will be back on Sunday with a stream doing a simul here. 25 players on Sunday, same time, 5:30 p.m. Eastern time, from the Macro Panda and myself. Please don't be so brutal with me next time. Again. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye. Don't try to sound like the other panda. Thanks, everybody. I will see you on Sunday night for the simul. 25 players. Don't forget, 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. Thanks, everyone who subscribed. And we will be regularly doing streams 5 or 6 days a week going forward through the summer. Again, guys, I will see you later. Awesome. Thank you for the support. Have a great one. Bye-bye.